I think the one thing that stands out about Charles is every time when he would come and talk to us about what his vision was, it's his passion behind what he loves to do. And the passion almost created a picture, and it created the experience for us before we even actually got it. Just seeing that passion is what I think anybody would want from someone that they're going to do business with. When we met Charles, it was just a really good experience.
You know, one of the things that I particularly, care about is details, and Charles was very attentive. So, the team with Amy and Charles, which are the primary people that we work with initially and throughout the project, was very consistent, and it was virtually exactly how we envisioned the process to flow.
I'm Jane Hutterly, and my husband Louie and I have been living here for 6.5 years. We built our home from long distance, and we were thrilled to move in January of 2011. So I drove around a lot and looked at a lot of homes and admired properties and landscaping, and Charles's name kept on coming up. And so about 3 years ago, I reached out to Charles and said, would you mind coming over and looking over the property?
When we decided that we were going to build down here, we met with Charles Miller, who was going to do the landscaping, and actually he did the pool also. So that's how we met Charles.
The very first day we met Charles, I said, what a gentleman. Just a perfect gentleman. He was just so easy to work with.
He was, yeah. I mean, I knew right away that Charles was going to be more than just a contractor. He, he's going to become a friend, which he has, and I think most of his customers feel that way also.
When we set out to do this, the one thing that when we spoke to several, the one thing that we weren't really seeing was someone that kind of had the vision in a more documented and a more precise manner. There was no design. It was, we can do a lot of things, but there's nothing really put on paper, and there was no visual. And I'm a very visual person that wants to see everything, understand where it's going to be placed, and working with Charles and Amy initially, that was, once I saw kind of the plans and how they came together and the iterations, I think we were both very comfortable that we could see on paper the big picture vision from where we started.
One of the nicest outcomes of the work that Charles did originally for us in that renovation of our landscape, as well as what he's done since, is just improve the overall quality. And what that meant to us was privacy in certain areas. So he created some beautiful little living spaces where I would have never thought of that. It created privacy for us where we wanted privacy. It created color. I am someone who wants lots of color and all different kinds. And he has done a great job at that. And the blooming goes on almost all year long. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
We consulted with Charles along the way as to what plants and trees and things that he thought were best to go with our home, and it really turned out nice.
The prior hardscape was a type of stone, and it was a paver stone, but natural stone. And so what we did is we reclaimed some of that stone and incorporated that back into the new design. So the edging around the hardscape and the deck is all the original stone. Fire pit was built with the same type of stone that was used on the columns of the home. No one would really tell that it wasn't part of the original design unless they asked, and that's really what we were after. It's by design and through their keen eye that they took advantage of that.
It all fell right into place, so everything was done timely, and everything looked great. It really did. Charles has just done such a great job for us, and let other people know that you can count on Charles, and he does an excellent job.
And we've had people, come by and say, who does your landscaping? It looks beautiful.
We're big fans of Charles Miller's companies. We talk about the work and the experience all the time.
I would certainly recommend Charles Miller to anyone who is interested in finding a quality landscaper and maintainer of property. I I view Charles Miller as very professional, very knowledgeable of landscaping and what works in Middle Georgia. I think he's very creative, and he's got a very responsive team that will take care of things and maintain things at a very high quality. You can't get a better landscaper than Charles Miller.
We're landscape design build contractors, and we've been here on Lake Oconee in central Georgia for over 25 years. I've been in the green industry for over 4 decades. First as a nursery person growing up here in central Georgia, and then as a landscape design build contractor for the last 25 years. I love nature. I love working with plants, I love working outdoors, and I love creating things from ideas. I really enjoy taking plant material, swimming pools, hardscapes, making them work on a property, and truly delving into the property and seeing what belongs there. A beautiful and sustainable landscape design not only adds value to your life, but also to your property.